It's Jeremiah with Steps Pressure Washer and More. I want to talk to you today about yard signs. I'm going to go into a little bit about where to buy them, how to make them, where to put them, and how to put them. So a little bit of a backstory, not to go into too much detail. When I first got started, I was using door hangers as my main source of marketing, just going door to door. It was very slow going, but it was very cost effective. The big thing that scared me away from yard sign was the price tag. I originally bought 6 yard signs for $10 a piece through Vistaprint, and just the price tag on it, starting out with really no marketing budget, scared me off of yard signs. But honestly, I would have had a much better first year if I had done these sooner. So, first of all, where to buy them. Generally, a yard sign is a yard sign. No matter where you go, they're going to be corrugated plastic, and as long as the print quality is there, you're pretty good buying them from anywhere. The things you're going to be looking for on a distributor are going to be price, quality, and speed of distribution. Sometimes you need these things, you need them fast because your phone stopped ringing, so you got to get the leads going again. So I use Yuzi Marketing. I've been using them for a couple years. I will put a link in the description below for them. I think that their quality is great, their speed is phenomenal, and their price, I haven't found a better price yet. So with it being a reliable company, why spend more if you can get a great product with great customer service at the same time? So again, Yuzi Marketing, link in the description below. Let's get into how to design them. So 2 different things I want to talk about here. One is going to be a generic sign, and this is going to be very basic information, name, phone number, or just service phone number type of marketing. And then brand awareness marketing, which is where you're actually putting your logo or your brand name on these to get it built up in your client's head of this is a company in the area, and I've recognized that name before. Here are my 2 different styles that I will use. These are both generic, but they have the website, phone number, and 2 of the services. And this one is just pressure washing, phone number, and the website. So the biggest thing about these, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make them highly visible, highly readable, and simple and straightforward. You don't have much time when people are seeing these yard signs. You really want to just get in their head. I do house washing, I do gutter cleaning, here's my number, check me out online. That's all you're saying here. You're not trying to convince them that they need house washing. You're not trying to convince them to use your service. You're really just trying to be present, be available. If they want to call you, they will. These are one-sided, but if you are anywhere near an interstate or anywhere where an unhoused population hangs out, you're going to want to have a 2-sided sign just so that the backside can't be used as a billboard or something for them to write on. Generally, I don't put these out by interstates, so they are one-sided signs. Down here, you have the vertical holes. These are going to be in the top and bottom as opposed to the 2 sides. If you were to be mounting these to a pole or a telephone pole or a stop sign, or I've seen all sorts of different people mount them different places, but if you're going to mount them on a surface that's going to be above the ground, you're going to want the horizontal ones so that they don't break when the wind blows them. I personally only use the ones that are compatible with stakes because these are easy to just walk up, pop in the ground, and then if whoever the homeowner or business owner or DOT or whoever decides to remove them, if they don't want them there, all they have to do is pick them up and walk away. It's not a headache. I'm not creating more dissatisfaction with this yard sign being where it is than I absolutely have to. One thing I would definitely warn against is trying to do too much. I've seen people who try and do brand awareness where like the top third is their logo, and then they'll have house washing, gutter cleaning, paver sealing, driveway cleaning, roof cleaning, gutter brightening, car washing, fleet management, and then they try and get everything on there, and then when I drive by, all I see is their logo. And so that could be used as just a brand awareness, but for me, this is a huge lead driver. It gets out in front of people, it gets the message across, and if somebody's interested, they can check out that website and see if I'm legitimate or not. Okay, number 3, where to put your yard signs. You're going to want to put your yard signs in high traffic, highly visible areas while having a captive audience. So you don't want these to be on the side of the interstate. You don't want these to be in your backyard on a main road where people are going 55 miles an hour. You're going to want these to be somewhere where they have to stop and look around. I know most people play on their phones at red lights nowadays, but some people still will just sit there and wait for the light to turn green, believe it or not. And you'll have a half a second, 20 seconds maybe, to grab their attention with that yard sign. If they're already thinking, I need pressure washing done, or I need gutter cleaning, or whatever your yard sign says, if that's already in their head, it's going to stick out to them. So all you need to do is have it big enough, bold enough to where you can see what your service is, and they can snap a quick picture of it, or write the phone number down, or just call you right then and there. I've had that happen too. So stop signs and stoplights are going to be your best bet. Highly trafficked intersections, but make sure that it is an area that you are safely able to get to. So all of my hot spots that I generally will frequent are going to be somewhere that I can park my vehicle and then walk with my yard sign across like a grassy field or down a sidewalk to place where I'm going to be placing it, so I'm not out there playing in traffic. So the last thing you want to be doing is causing a disturbance or any sort of, making a fool out of yourself trying to get a yard sign where it doesn't really need to be. Just find a good safe spot that you can get to, and you can place the sign where people will see it and they can call you. How to place your yard sign. This one's going to be pretty simple and straightforward for those of you guys who know, but you're going to want to find somewhere with a backstop. The backstop is number one if you can find it. So you're going to come up and you're going to place this about 5 or 6 inches away from your backstop. You're going to lean it towards the backstop, and then you will push it into the ground. What this does is it allows your sign, which this one's crooked, allows your sign to be easily read from the direction that you are facing it, but when the wind blows in this direction towards your sign, it's going to push against your backstop. And your sign is angled to where when the wind blows in the opposite direction, it is counterweight against it so that it will hold up. If you are lucky enough to get a spot that is left alone, I've had some that are up for over a year now in the same spot, you want to make sure that your sign is going to be able to hold up. So making sure that you are staking it correctly and having a decent backstop will make sure that that sign doesn't fall over or get all disheveled looking sitting out there, causing a bad name for your brand. Speaking of creating a bad name for your brand, that leads us to sign maintenance. So just going out there and putting signs out, you've got to go back periodically as you drive around, as you're doing these house washes, as you are going out putting out new signs. Make sure that you are checking on your old signs, making sure that they are still upright, they are not damaged, and they are not laying in the grass somewhere. If you see one of your signs, you should go over and fix it, or preferably replace it. That way your marketing is still in prime condition and it's available for people to see. If they see something that looks like it's like kind of halfway over, they're probably not going to call that number because, I don't know, it just looks bad. They're more likely to call a number that looks like the sign has been maintained and that they can trust that you're going to not just be out there just long enough to make a little bit of money, is you're in the community and you're trying to keep your brand's name good. While you're out there putting out signs, there are some rules you need to follow, and that is be respectful of other people's yard signs, be respectful of other people's property, and be respectful for your local laws. You will find a lot of times you'll be driving around and you'll see yard signs everywhere. And then other times you will not see a yard sign for miles and miles. And that is because there will be local laws that are enforced, and there will be local like city or town governments that will go out and collect those yard signs and generally issue fines if you put them out where they're not supposed to go. Be respectful, be an ambassador of your brand while you are out there. So when you are out there putting out yard signs, be in your uniform, be in your nice truck, and don't be out there just wearing whatever t-shirt you're wearing. Today I'm definitely not wearing a t-shirt. It's about 34 degrees out and no sunshine, so it is definitely one of those days where I'm going to be putting out some yard signs, but I'm going to also be attempting to be an ambassador of my brand and be respectful of the different establishments that I am going to be going to put these out, and making sure that I'm not in the way of their business or their activities at their home. I will also say that putting these at the front of subdivisions works really well, but generally gets picked up pretty fast. A lot of HOAs have rules on having yard signs, so make sure that wherever you're putting them to where they are not in the way of homeowners doing what they need to do in their own yard. Having them up against that backstop will also usually help with landscapers. So if you have a landscaper that comes along and mows the yard, they generally will have to use a string trimmer to go around like a stop sign or a light post or something like that in the yard. So they can then still use a string trimmer to go around your yard sign. They may still pick it up, but it's more likely for them to pick it up if they have to mow through that area and they're not going to set it back up. So make sure that you're being respectful for other people's property while you're out there. All right, well, that's all I got for y'all on yard signs. I hope you've enjoyed it. Make sure to check out that link in the description for UZ Marketing, and I hope y'all have a great day. Y'all be safe out there.